Hey, how's it going, you guys? It's petplatypus here, and it's time for another double review of Hunter x Hunter. These aren't just like on occasion anymore. These are going to be the format for the rest of the series, pretty much because Chimera Ant is insanely long, and I figure I'd get through it faster if I just did double reviews all the way through. So this will be a double review, and that'll cut the amount of episodes. If I made a video for every single episode, that would be just so many videos, and this will be easier. So, yeah. This is the first episode of the Chimera Ant arc, and of course I wasn't expecting anything super major, because, you know, some arcs aren't, you know, they take time to build up, obviously. And this arc was, this episode, it was fine. No story progression, like, at all, other than the fact that we found out that this wasn't Jing, which I pretty much already knew. Yeah, so this is a guy named Kite, which Gon apparently met at some point in the past, before he left to go be a hunter. This was still when he was, like, young. So yeah. He's kind of cool. He has an interesting ability where he has, like, this weird clown thing that's like a slot machine. I guess he's definitely probably a conjurer, without a doubt. But yeah, he talks to Gon and Killua about how he met Jing, and how Jing was, you know, this and that. He's the coolest guy in the world, gee willikers, except for the fact that he's, like, a dick to his son for no reason. Well, no, he made Kite go find him, too, so, I mean, he's a dick to everybody. It's amazing. I'm not surprised he only has 10 friends. Or I'm kind of surprised he even has 10, honestly. Did they have to find him, too? But yeah, I don't know. Jing is just kind of an asshole to me, honestly, and I haven't even met the guy. He better be, like, super epic. Like, this dude better be just, like, awesome as fuck. On some, like, he has to be on some, like, Tony Stark shit from Iron Man, where you know the guy's an asshole, but you love him because he's just awesome. He better be like that, because right now I don't like the character at all. But yeah, Gon is still excited about him, which I don't like that either. Any sensible person, well, I guess Gon's not a sensible person. He's admitted to being an idiot, but still. Any sensible person would say, fuck my dad, but, you know. But anyway, that's pretty much the whole episode. We kind of get introduced to Chimera Ants a little bit. We kind of see the queen, or we definitely see the queen. Disgusting, has, like, real, like, human teeth. That's weird as fuck. And we saw this little ant that was kind of attacking Killua a little bit. But yeah. And I think I kind of touched on this a little bit, but they think Jing has been planning everything out for Gon, and, like, you know, don't come find me. Obviously, Gon will come find him, and going to the Greed Island game, and he thinks everything's a big plan, which is cool, but still a dick move to do to your son. Also, the whole scene where he's like, you know, hey, if he uses the magnetic card, he'll come to me. If he uses a company on, he'll go to Kite. Because if he's, like, too gutless to come see me alone, it's like, fuck you, dude, you're an asshole. But, like, whatever. The problem I think I have the most with it is that outside of a few things Leorio may have said in the past, I'm not too sure about that, but outside of a few things that a couple people have said, maybe, and I'm sure I might be remembering that wrong, but it's like the show doesn't portray Jing as the asshole that he is at all, and it's really kind of annoying. Like, if someone was trying to say, like, yeah, Jing's kind of an asshole, Gon, and Gon was, like, trying to fight for his dad's rights, or, you know, whatever, but it's like, no, it's like, oh yeah, Jing's awesome, and it's like, no, he's not awesome, but whatever. As you can see, I don't have much to talk about in this review. It's a really, really simple episode, and there's really not anything to talk about. The new opening was cool. Netero looks like he's going to do some stuff. That looks awesome. I already seen, like, pictures of the ants. That's why I said we're kind of introduced to the Chimera Ants, because I know they look crazy. They almost look like people. You know, there's the one cat one and shit. So, like, yeah, that's why I figured we weren't really introduced to them in full yet. We haven't been introduced to what the Chimera Ants will be for the majority of the arc, I'm assuming. And, I guess we see the king in the opening. I definitely see the king. Cell from Dragon Ball Z. I've already seen pictures of him before, but now I can actually point it out. I mean, it's like way similar. I mean, it's probably a reference. It's probably intentionally to look like Dragon Ball Z. That's fine. It doesn't bother me or anything, but Yeah, that's that episode, 76. So, yeah, it was a fine episode, I guess. Really no progression. Animation was fine. We got introduced to Kite. He has an interesting ability. I mean, really not, a 7 out of 10, 6.5. I wouldn't even, I guess it was a setup episode for the arc overall. Oh, and the other thing is that apparently Kite, he has a task that he's supposed to, like, because, he had Razor do something for Gon. He was waiting for Gon, so now they think Kite might have a task to do for Gon. So we'll see where that goes, but I don't know, not the best episode of Hunter x Hunter. Not gonna judge the whole arc by it, obviously. The arc's gonna be like fucking 1,000 episodes long or some shit. But yeah, that's my review for this episode. It's like 7 out of 10, 6.5, around there, maybe between the two. Okay, so episode 77. This was a much better episode, mainly because there's a lot of shit to make fun of. And not in a bad way. Like, not like this episode's so bad I'm making fun of it or anything. It had a lot of cool stuff, but there's just so many funny things I made jokes about while watching this with my friend. Okay, so we start off with them still talking to Kite, and he's studying Chimera ants because they're being kind of weird. We don't really know what that means, but we also get introduced to his friends, who I'm calling the hors d'oeuvres, because if Hunter x Hunter has taught me anything, these kind of characters die. So, I'm not going to get attached to any of them, and I already don't really find any of them particularly interesting, so that's fine. Well, I mean, I guess I can talk about them a little bit, because the one dude's name is Dinner. His name is Dinner for a reason, I'm sure of that. There's the one bitch with, like, the scumbag hat, like the meme with the scumbag. She kind of has, like, that hat going on and blows bubblegum. There's this other chick who I thought was a guy when she first popped up, but upon further inspection, yes, it's clearly a girl. And you got this bear dude. And then later on, we meet, like, this little Asian fucking nerd stereotype. And this little, like, black girl. And they're on screen, and I'm like, this is the most pathetic thing I've ever seen. Like, you just see these guys standing next to each other with nothing else in the background. And it's just like, this is the most pathetic thing I've ever seen in my life. But anyway, that's that part of the episode. There's also a section where they're driving through, like, a desert, and they're talking about the Chimera ants, and at one point it's mentioned that Chimera ants, they eat something, and then they give birth to it, and whatever they give birth to has features of the creature they ate. Obviously, that's the Chimera part. I think that's a really cool concept. And as we further see in the episode, and as I predicted as soon as I found that out, that's how we're going to be getting these humanoid-looking Chimera ants that we've seen in, like, the opening, and just the ones I've seen images of. So I was thinking, like, why the fuck do these things look like this? Like, how are these ants? This makes no sense, but now it makes sense. I think it's a really cool concept for a creature, so that's awesome. Really, it is really awesome. We get these two little kids, which this could not have been, they might as well have said fucking we're gonna die all over their shirt and face. Like, this was ridiculous. Like, there's these cute kids, and he's talking about how he's gonna protect his family forever, and the fucking sister's like, I'll marry you when I grow up, which is where I was like, whoa! Whoa! Incest? Like, whoa, Japan. Whoa. Like, now I know why you guys all look the same. No, I can say that. I have an Asian friend and he gave me permission, though, so it's not racist. Anyway. All jokes aside, though, yes, it was very telegraphed that these kids were gonna die. It was painfully obvious. It wasn't hidden at all. Really just kind of, I was just really like, get it over with. Just do it. I'm not gonna even try to get attached to them. They're cute, whatever. And they die because the ant goes after them, the queen eats them, and the queen is like, oh yeah, I want more of this. This is the good shit right here. This is the gourmet food. So, she makes like a fucking humanoid looking one with like a beak looking thing, but like an actual beak. Not where like a character has a huge nose and I call it a beak, like Pakunoda. No, this is like a character with like a literal beak made out of his lips. But, cool. I like where it's going so far. It's definitely not moving super fast, but that's fine. I'm used to stuff like One Piece. Anyway, yeah. So I'm not used to stuff. I'm not used to stuff moving super super fast. You know, I've watched slower things like One Piece, so and like Fist of the North Star. So this is perfectly fine pacing. Nothing wrong with it. But just the fact that these kids were so telegraphed that they were gonna die, and you know, that was kind of a flaw, I would consider it, just because, you know, you could have been like, oh, hey, these cute, you know, you should have, like, waited on introducing the kids. Wait until, like, they're about to be attacked by the fucking Chimera Ants. Just have these kids, and it's like, as soon as you see the kids in the forest, you're like, okay, these kids are gonna die, but how cute can you make these kids in a couple of seconds, and then have them die? Because I would have had the same emotional response, which is not caring, but you wouldn't have wasted as much time spending, you know, like, let's marry each other and fucking the mom and shit. So, yeah. And he killed kids, which I don't really, you know, I mean, I'm writing my own manga, and I have killed kids in my own manga that I'm writing. I haven't, like, killed them on screen, just dead bodies, but I mean, you gotta have balls if you're gonna be a manga writer, so fuck it, you know. So that didn't affect me too much, but it was cool that he was ballsy enough to do it, I guess. Yeah, anyway. Thanks for watching these reviews. Tell me what you guys thought of these episodes in the comments below, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye. Oh, and I'll give it like a... For this one, I'll go like 8.5 out of 10. So yeah, bye.